everyone, and welcome to our WE9 demo video. Today we're going to be discussing a key message, and that's identifying prime targets. So I want to showcase exactly how you can do this really easily within WE9. And you can see that I'm located within the My Profiles area of the platform. One of the things that we've done here is we've really streamlined the way that you can drive your actions from My Profiles, making it easier for you to both segment but also identify those individuals quickly who you'd like to target. So I'm going to show you three different scenarios here today, and that's really analyze, model, and score. So let's go ahead and let's filter down some of the individual records I have saved here. And so I'm going to just search for individuals really within the Washington, D.C. metro area here because I'm planning an event and I want to get a sense for exactly who these individuals are. So now that I've got my list here based on that location, I'm going to go ahead and select these individuals and analyze them. Now, what we're doing here is we're creating a visual dashboard that enables you to understand more about this specific segment, this specific list of individuals. And what we're doing is we're comparing this list to the national average. So I can start to get a sense for exactly who these individuals are and what some of their key attributes and interests may be. In this view here, I'm able to see where they might have other real estate properties, where they primarily reside, right? So it makes sense based on what location criteria I've put in this segment that we're going to see individuals that may also have properties in Virginia and Maryland and in Washington, D.C., as that's the coverage area I've included. But we can also see that they start to have additional properties in other parts of the country as well. And I can see kind of what that distribution looks like. In addition, I can start to compare demographic information such as age, look at an age distribution for this specific group of individuals, coverage in terms of gender, and then I can actually start to drill into some of the WealthEngine scores. So exactly how they compare to the national average. So I can see that it looks like, just at a quick glance here, that this group has an excellent propensity to give compared to the national average. And I can start to see exactly what the net worth distribution of this segment is as well. And I can easily click over and start to look at some of the other specific demographic information and giving information here within the Analyze view as well, to really get a sense for exactly what their interest data may be, and compare that, again, looking at sorting by the difference or sorting by the specific segment value or nation value as well. So really, I hope this gives you a sense for how I can start to understand more about a specific segment, about a specific filter that I've created, or a group of individuals that I'm really interested in learning more about, and then figure out exactly how I might want to target them. Now, in addition to analyze, I can also go ahead and I can create a lookalike model here within the platform. So let's go ahead and let's filter for a group of people. So let's keep with our Washington, D.C. individuals here. And I'm going to also add some other criteria here I'm looking for. So I want to find, just search here for propensity, and I want to add my ones. So let's apply that. This should get me a smaller list here. So let's just go ahead and create a model. I'm curious about this. Let's go ahead and create a model here, and I can name this model. So I'm just going to name this my WASH P2Gs. We'll say this is our P2G1s. And this is, again, going to be a lookalike model. I can go ahead at the time of creation here and enable this model for API access as well, if I'd like to. And so while this model is being created, what's happening is it's analyzing all of those records, and it's going to go ahead and then figure out exactly what are the key attributes that make up that specific list of individuals, that specific segment. And with those key attributes, it will include those top 30 attributes within the lookalike model, identifying what are the key variables that may be, overrepresented or underrepresented based on that criteria. So while this is being analyzed, and it will finish here shortly, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the sample model I've already created here. And this sample model really is, again, a lookalike model, but as you just see, when a model is created, it's listing out the top attributes and those top attributes by category as well. So I can start to actually filter if I just wanted to see what giving attributes may be included in my model. I can see checked here what's included in the model. And I can also go ahead and edit my attributes too if I thought I wanted to include some of these additional attributes that make up this list but were scored lower. I can go ahead and make those changes. Over here, let me just remove this filter. I can start to, again, see, this is what I was explaining earlier, but you can see how these compare to the national average, whether they're overrepresented or underrepresented. I can see what that difference is here. So now that I've created that model, there's two action items I can take from here, and that's really finding additional prospects based on this specific model, taking me into prospect, or I can score a list against this model I've created. And by scoring a list against that model, as we go back here into my profiles, let's go ahead and actually just choose some individuals here. I'm just going to take this whole list here and let's go ahead and score. So you can see I have a lot of models I've already created, but let's go ahead and let's take our Washington P2Gs. It should have finished now. And it's going to go ahead and score those individuals. Now what you'll notice here is a column was added to my table view, and that column will now start to display the score as that score gets populated. So this will be a numeric score between 0 and 100, because it is a lookalike model, and so the closer that score is to 100, the more similar the individual is to the makeup of the key attributes of that model, right? So since it is a lookalike model. So hopefully you can see, I've just taken you really quickly through analyze, model, and score, but specifically how those three areas of the platform can help you identify your prime targets and really streamline your process for greater efficiency. So thank you all for joining me today. Take care.